Watch this video, watch this video, watch this video.
Order. And it's important that individuals understand that all 18 attorneys general who have filed this action seek to stop a private individual from accessing the private information of millions of Americans. Their social security numbers, their tax information, their addresses. No one elected Elon Musk and his minions, and no one has allowed him to have access to this information. This is a violation of the separation of powers. The United States Congress, the United States Senate, has the sole discretion in having the power of the purse, and not Elon Musk. He has basically violated the Administrative Procedure Act, and he has violated the privacy of millions of Americans. And it is up to us to prevent him from having access to that private information. And so we've come together because we believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. And we believe that no one is above the law. And we believe that there are individuals, obviously, who should be prevented from having access to this law. The Treasury Department is responsible for maintaining the privacy of our information. The Treasury Department is responsible, again, for protecting our rights and our privileges. No one elected Elon. He's not been subject to any vetting. He's not been subject to any conflicts of interest. He has earned $20 billion over the last decade. He's the richest person in the world. And he has caused harm and injury to Americans. And that's why we are here today, to seek a preliminary injunction. To stand up against those forces who believe that they can unilaterally have power and have control, all in the hands of the President of these United States. It's important that Elon Musk, the Treasury Department, the President of these United States understand that is not how our order of the Constitution works. And so I'm joined here today by my colleague, William Tong, from the great state of Connecticut. And I would ask him to say a few words as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Tish James. Let's hear it for Tish James. Thank you, Tish.
Thank you, Tish. Thank you, Tish.
Let me thank Attorney General James, our colleagues, for standing together today here in federal court here in the Southern District of New York in defense of our country, in defense of the rule of law. We stand together to stop Elon Musk and his army of tech bro wannabe stormtroopers from tearing up the Treasury Department, now IRS, we hear, the Department of Education, and the federal government. Let me just put this, let me frame this for you and put this in context. You know, you're going to hear a lot of legal arguments today. We're going to talk about the Constitution. We're going to talk about the Administrative Procedures Act. Let's put that all to the side for a second. What is this about? This is the largest data breach in American history. That's what this is. Okay, our job as state attorneys general is to protect and safeguard our states, the citizens in our states, from data breaches, to protect their confidential personal information, to protect our states and residents from cyber attacks and cyber crime. And what you have here, never mind Equifax and a data breach that impacted half of all Americans, never mind Change Healthcare, which we're still working through, which has impacted our healthcare system in this country. This is the largest data breach in American history. We're talking about social security numbers. We're talking about banking information. We're talking about addresses, biometric information, states and payment information, routing numbers, bank accounts. All of this puts all of us at risk. Right, puts our states at risk, puts the financial well-being of our states and our country at risk, and every person that lives in our states and our communities. And we're also talking about when they have access, not just read access, but read-write access to the central payment system of the United States of America, the Bureau of Fiscal Services, BFS. Right, we are concerned about payments to everyday Americans, Social Security payments, Medicaid, veterans payments to support our veterans, our first responders, police officers. This is what's at stake today. Not just the rule of law, but people, families who depend on the Treasury Department and on all of these payment streams and funding to support America, to support our states and support the American people. Let me also say we heard from the vice president who cast doubt on the role of judges. He said essentially that judges don't have the right, the power, and the authority to stop unlawful, illegal, unconstitutional actions by the executive branch and by the president. That is utterly false and untrue. Okay, judges have always had the power of judicial review for more than 200 years in this country. The Supreme Court said in Marbury versus Madison, when Tish and I went to law school, that's the first day. And J.D. Vance knows better. His first day in law school, he learned that judicial review is a bedrock, right? It's what keeps us free.
That's right.
Because if judges can't declare what the law is, if they can't say that a president or a vice president or an unelected person or Congress, if they can't say what the law is and they can't stop them from taking an unconstitutional and illegal action, then what do we have?
That's right.
Right? We have unchecked power. Congress, if the president could do whatever he wants, then Congress becomes optional. It becomes marginal. Our rights become optional. States become optional. And all we're left is with a president who can do whatever the heck he wants. That's not America, right? That's not who we are as a country. That's what we're stopping here today. And let me just close by saying, again, what I just talked about, judicial review, Marbury versus Madison, you know, what we're going to talk about here in this courthouse today, those may seem like big concepts, and in many ways they're big 10,000-foot constitutional legal concepts. But what we're talking about today, every middle schooler in America understands checks and balances. This is about checks and balances. This is a check. This is a check on executive power run amok. This is a check and a balance on a president who wants to do whatever the hell he wants. We cannot have that in America, and that's why we're here today.
Save checks and balances! Save checks and balances! Save checks and balances!
And as attorneys general, we're not going to bow to the president or to Elon Musk. It's important that individuals understand that right now Elon Musk is untethered to any accountability at all. And the fact is that they would like for us to engage in an ideological litmus test. And that's why they've paused funds. That's why they have freed Social Security and veterans payments, and payments to the state of New York and to states all across this nation. It is unacceptable, unconstitutional, ultra-vires. They have exceeded their authority. And so,
Yes, all these people you see here, these guys, I am suspecting them of something that no one knows yet. So what I'm going to say now is, please, Americans, you know, during the campaign, I spoke to a lot of people. They responded positively by voting for Donald Trump, and I'm always grateful for what they did, because Donald Trump is not just answer to American problem, but answer to global challenges. So I'm going to say to you guys, please, at this time, we just need you to support this President Trump government, support the government efficiency team and everything they are doing. Let's be patient to see what they are up to. I am not supporting anybody when you are doing wrong, but at the moment, they are doing a good job. Give them your support. Do not listen to these people calling them names, because these guys, they do not believe, they do not have a good plan for the people. I don't know why someone should be against the government that want to cut too much